gross.
And we're live, I think. There we go. All right. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Instagram Live. Thanks so much for joining us. If you want to join in on any one of the shows, this is Gross Domesticated Podcast live. And we are live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So if you want to join in and pound off in the comments, you can join in on Instagram Live at Baby Mermaid Productions or Gross Domesticated Podcast page on Facebook. Follow that one, like it, do all that stuff, subscribe, and then also you can check out past episodes of GDP Live on YouTube at Baby Mermaid Productions, where you can also catch new episodes of Falls Count Anywhere every Monday. You have new episodes of Proper Ebonics, usually about every Tuesday, maybe every 2 weeks or so. But again, catch up on past episodes on the playlist right there on the page. Also on there, coming back, is the 6 a.m. podcast. It's a jiu-jitsu podcast that I co-host with my jiu-jitsu professor, black belt Jeff Beck. The wonderful Jeff Beck will be returning to the YouTube airwaves once again on Baby Mermaid Productions. Coming up, there was some issues. We were supposed to get started recording this week, but there were some issues, so we had to reschedule, but that will be soon. Also, coming back is the Hockey Talk Man. So come back with it's Youngblood and I streaming from this very spot every week talking about hockey. So if you want to talk about hockey, we're going to be talking a little bit later on about hockey because I'm pretty excited about what happened. And also, if you like podcasts, if you like any of those podcasts, check out some other podcasts. Friends of the show, the DNR podcast with Damian Robertson and Ron Kane. They just had a new producer added to the show, Trevor Monk. He was added to the show, so check that out. That's out now. Also, you have Panties in the Mouth with Andy Malafarina and Nate Marshall. That's a fucking great podcast. Boy in His Fridge with Manny Santiago and Mike O'Donnell. You can check that one out. What else? What else do I have here? Did I get all? Yeah, look at that. That's all from the brain, baby. This thing's growing, man. Actually, all right. So we got some pounding off already. We got some people joining in. Don't let it happen again. Avery's here. He was here a little bit early when I was setting up the stream, and and I think he thought it was frozen. I appreciate you sticking around though and watching. But Kevin Brushes is here, pounding off. We are streaming. Just an update. I don't know if anybody caught Monday's show, but I was not able to post it just because there was audio issues. I couldn't hear the Instagram audio for some reason, but I do believe I fixed that problem. So if you do want to join in, just ask to join on IG Live, and your audio will be featured on the video, which is streaming also on Facebook this week. We're trying this out. We wanted to try to have the show live on Facebook and Instagram just to see if maybe that could help to get some more people pounding off, because it was a little hard keeping up, tell you the truth, on Monday. So not just because I'm bad at reading. No. It's also because there's a ton of people pounding off, so I appreciate it. I appreciate it when you make it hard for me to read. I was I saying? Oh yeah. So I was explaining to a friend of mine that it's very hard for me to read and comprehend. And this is a friend who has a couple kids who they read to often, and they're very up on basically development, education, all that stuff. They're very much active parents, and I appreciate the fact that how much thought and consideration they give to stuff like that. And it was not at all, it was literally explaining it like you would explain anything else. Your brain is a muscle, and if you want to get better at reading, even with a possible learning disability, we were talking about the fact that I might actually have an undiagnosed learning disability that is essentially, since I conquered the dentist problem, now I'm going to go for trying to figure out if I have some kind of learning disability. As an adult, I don't know if I, medicated or anything. I don't know. There's got to be some kind of dyslexia. If anything, if these spelling bees have taught us anything, that I'm a phonetic speller and a dyslexic speaker. so it's a lot of times, if I don't take the time to actual it's hard for me to focus. So there might be some ADHD. Again, I don't want to be one of those people that's like, I'm so OCD, I do a thing a lot. I want to make sure that people know that no. This is actually, I want a paper printout that says, I'll print it up. I don't give a shit. I'll print it up and I will frame it just so I know there. Now we got a map. Now I can. I think it was best that somebody put it. Again, I think whatever I have is something similar, and not talent wise, but as far as as far as condition wise, I think I have whatever Henry Winkler has. If you ever hear Henry Winkler, Jesus, saying his name makes me feel like I have a learning disability. Henry Winkler's situation is more of a. It does seem more. It's like a dyslexia, and how he put it was, how wonderful what I have has a name. You know what I mean? Like when you can actually go like, oh, I call myself dumb. I just go, oh yeah, you're just a dummy. And not in a demeaning way, but just of like literally I'm uneducated. So it's one of those things of like, okay, yeah, you're dummy, you know, dumb. But it's more what's going on, Cupcake. But it's more of like now I can go like, no, dummy, you're dyslexic. You know what I mean? No, dummy, you got ADHD, something like that. So at least that way, it kind of spices it up. It zhuzhes up my problem. He is dyslexic. Yeah, yeah. He talks about it, and he says like, because he says how hard it, like, reading is not like it's like, because I found out that was the thing, was I found out reading is like like actually like absorbing the information a lot of times is a little difficult for me, especially in the moment. Like I'll read a sentence and be like, what the I have no idea what that was. I have no idea what I just did. I'll have Dom will say, I try to make a vow of like saying like, okay, if we get a thing, you pick a recipe, give it to me. If you think I can do it, like she knows more about cooking than I do. If you see a recipe, you think that I can do that by reading the directions, give it to me. And much like Manny in the spelling bees would get the thing and just be like, and he and her go like, I thought that was super easy. And like it probably is, but it's just there's something about the anxiety it gives me to like follow steps like that, read a thing, and like reading and comprehension. Literal. Oh, holy shit. Literally, I just got that. Literally live on GDP Live. I just understood. I just comprehended what reading and comprehension actually means. It means like I can read a word and comprehend what it. Do you understand? I'm retarded. Yeah, that's definitely right, Charles. You're absolutely right. Charles is pounding off hard in the comments. We got a ton of people pounding off here. I just want to just catch up a little bit. I appreciate everybody that joins in. Again, if you want to join in, IG Live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at Baby Mermaid Productions, or you can also comment live at Gross Domesticated Podcast page. I go live there as well. What's going on, Shannon? Hey, how's it going? Go, Pat. Hell yeah. Self improvement. So we got pounding off over here in the comments. All right, we got Kevin Brocious says most of us have a learning issue. Schools form or schools from what? Oh, man, if you're doing that on purpose, that's a great joke, Kevin. Schools from the oh no, he continues. Sorry. Schools from the 90s didn't know the best way to teach children. I understand that. He is dyslexic. Yeah, absolutely. Are you Florida Fonz? Oh, holy shit. John Montag coming in fucking tight with the fucking nickname. Florida Fonz. I like that. Now we got a Photoshop idea too. Dude, make me Florida Fonz, baby. I will take that all. I will take Florida Fonz as an AKA every day of the week. Every fucking day of the week. Believe that. I don't have those drops pulled up, but believe that. I caught Pat George syndrome. Yeah. Honestly, I would really, I'm one of the guys that I'm a guy that I feel like if I would be so much I would be so satisfied, but it sounds so weird to say, but I'd be so satisfied knowing that like they found it, like they're like, oh, okay, no, Pat, you actually are like something new. There's something, the kind of thing that you got, whatever this is, I don't know. They're like, we'll call it Pat George syndrome, or you can name it. Like if I can name it, that's my biggest draw in jiu-jitsu. I love finding a new move that people are like, either that's not supposed to work, maybe the person you're rolling against is just really uneducated. But I've done some shit to like brown belts where they're like, okay, what the fuck is this? I like that. That's the thing I like. I like making people that are way more experienced than me go like, what are you doing? What the fuck is this shit? So if somehow I can eke out a smart thing, I like it. So I'll take a condition named after me, PDH, PhD. Oh no, that's already taken. Fuck. We got Ron, Premium Ron's pounding off in the comment. ADHD can be a strength. The hyperactive part can be used to learn a lot when you find a subject that you care about. Yes, that's absolutely, and that's the weirdest thing is when I finished a show and we were talking about reading, or when I finished the conversation, everything's a show to Pat George. No, I when I finished the conversation, I remember thinking like, holy shit, no, there are some books that I've read, autobiographies. So I've read Patton Oswalt's biography, uh also David what's his name? David Cross from Mr. Show. Both of those people, I've read their documentary, or not, God damn it, autobiographies. It's the boring part, the boring version of a documentary. Um, they in Zombie Spaceship Wasteland is Patton Oswalt's. I Drink for a Reason is David Cross's. Also, there was another one I feel like Norm Macdonald's. Like, there's a couple that I like, and I rip through them. I'm not kidding. I ripped through that entire book in like a day or two. I can't put it down. And I love so it's not it's so hard to say if it's so it maybe it's ADHD, because if it's something that I'm not interested in, I'm like, I'm out. I don't give a fuck. And now that I'm an adult, now that I'm actually an adult and I don't have to do shit that I don't want to most of the time. Like, I mean, an adult does have to do most shit that they don't want to most of the time. But like when you're given the choice and you can go, oh, do the hard thing or do the more the easier thing, like obviously every time, if given the opportunity, you're gonna be like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna have cake for dinner. I can have cake for dinner. I'm gonna have cake for dinner. Because it's I decide what's for dinner. So like those biographies were my cake. And but it was good because, but see, that's the thing, is when I'm reading those books, I don't feel like I'm learning necessarily. I feel like I'm being entertained. And again, that's the trick for, I think, Baby Einstein and probably every children's like development toy or whatever is supposed to be that. But when we're talking about reading and I'm saying like I'm not interested in it, I can't even just say that because there's a couple, and even the octopus book, I'm reading that book and I'm loving it, and I'm like able to put, like, I'm able to actually experience the thing the things that people talk about when they read. I'm like, oh, you have, your imagination is the pictures and all this other shit, and whatever that is. But like I'm getting those experiences from these books, but it's just like maybe it's a little bit too much sometimes. And it's like, and honestly, it's harder for me to just sit down and quote, I guess, do nothing. But really all I'm like, what I'm doing is I'm supposed to be feeding my brain. I'm supposed to be working that muscle. Working the muscle is reading anything. I thought the muscle making yourself smarter was what you are reading, what you're putting in there. No, it could be fucking anything. I'm a grown ass man that just I'm a grown ass man sitting here in front of you live explaining the fact that I just realized that reading really is fundamental. Just reading, reps, just read. So why do I want you to pound off in the comments? So I can read them. Where's the comedy? When I do it out loud. It's a win-win. Laugh at me with me. Do you know what I mean? That's what we're here for. That's what Florida Fonz is here for. Hey. Dude, Florida Fonz is so much fun. I wanna like just pause the stream. I want to go outside and I want to scream from the streets, the middle of the street after I smoke some meth. I am Florida Fonz. I will take my shirt off and I will fight the cops. I want to do that right now. That's how powerful that name is. That's how powerful you made me, John. Aspro, Art Dick, John Montag of the show. Check them out. Hacks Comedy Golf, also on Baby Mermaid Productions. That's coming back as well, but with less details. We don't really have a lot of details hammered out yet. But that's okay. He's got a kid. And I got my own baby. You know what I mean? Trying to get sponsorships from seltzers. It's just water. Check out the latest Falls Count Anywhere for more information on that. Karen's also pounding off in the comments. He writes books for kids with dyslexia. Yeah, that's I think that's where I heard the initial thing. I heard his interview, I think on Jim and Sam. I think it was. They played a best of over the holiday break, and I realized, and he was explaining like his dyslexia and stuff like that, and he actually like writes kids books and shit about aliens. Like I'm like, so maybe I'll like, okay. So what the point I was getting to was a friend of mine was explaining if you need to, what you should do to help with your reading comprehension was read kids books. So I was like, fuck. I went into Second and Charles yesterday and I started looking and I was like, I don't know if there's anything here that I feel like I could. And she said also read out loud to yourself. So obviously, this is a better solution. Doing a live stream, pounding off, talking to you guys, being vulnerable, putting it out there. Yeah, maybe I got a dyslexia. Maybe I got a little bit of the ADHD, you know, thunderstruck. Oh, wait, no, that's ACDC. Either way, I do have I don't know if it's hyperactive anything necessarily. I think it's more just the coffee. This is only my second cup, by the way. I even forgot to do the drink drop, but I don't care. Multitasking is hard, you know? I already pounding off about what Charles said. And you know what? That's one person's opinion. But who knows? Ron, Premium Ron's also saying, and dyslexia can be purposely incorporated into text aesthetics for slick look. I don't know what the fuck that means, but that's cool. Lemons into lemonade. Yeah, I definitely have been somebody who has been. I try to be an advocate for taking whatever quote disorder you may and turning it into a positive. So if you have like OCD, that could work if you're a designer. You know what I mean? Like if you have some kind of whatever it may be, like I guess like you said, like it can be or just whatever Ron's saying. That's very hard to read. So I'm sure he's made Premium Ron never would lead you wrong. Ron Barindo. Here we go again. Ron Barindro on Instagram. Incredible artist. He's just doing just posted a very funny deep fake this morning, I think, that I commented on. I don't know if that was this morning, but I commented this morning. And wonderful work, Ron. I appreciate you pounding off all the time. John also, yeah, hell yeah, dude. He's on the Photoshop, hopefully. Kevin Brocious is also pounding off some more. He says, what's the last book you started? It was The Soul of the Octopus. It's by, I can't remember actually who it's by. Hold on, let me look it up real quick. Soul of the, let's see if it's there. Really? There's so many other things. So many. There it is. The Rose. Like, who the fuck wants to read The Soul of the Rose? It's the hold on. It is come on now. The Soul of the Octopus. Why the fuck isn't it bigger? a surprising exploration into the wonder of consciousness by Cy Montgomery. It is a National Book Award finalist, and it's the author of The Good Pig. I don't know what that is, but I haven't read that one. I don't really give a fuck about pigs so much, except for eating. I know they're really smart too, but I love. So it's an interest of mine. But the funniest thing, so another misconception I think that I've had was from growing up and stuff like that was the fact that I have no emotions, or that I only have like I'm only angry, or something like that, or I can only really process through anger. But when I'm reading this book, I'm getting emotional because I can't imagine the frustration of knowing that there's a connection with an animal in that sense, and not a weird way, but like in a way of like of like visiting. She's going to visit this octopus every morning at this aquarium, and it's like it's almost like the way I feel sometimes when I like, because we've had to have little Lord Stanley in kitten quarantine for most of his, actually all his entire time here at the house. And it's frustrating because it's like, because I don't know how to I don't know how to like, it feels bad when you like, you have to leave them in a room by themselves, like even though you don't know, like especially if you know that they're a conscious animal or they recognize you or whatever it may be, they've bonded with you, anything like that, you know that nothing likes to be solitary confinement is a damaging thing to anybody's psyche. Dogs that are isolated, cats that are isolated, anything like that. So you want to make sure that like, and also like but you're all but you know it's for the greater, it's for the better, it's for his health and for everybody else's health, this kind of thing. But I can't imagine like that feeling of like wanting to just like, because that's the feeling it gets like. So then that's when that's a thing that I would be obsessed with, is visiting this octopus and trying to form a stronger relationship and trying to communicate with it, because that, and also like trying to understand whales language and stuff like that, are two of the most interesting things to me, like immensely. So there's not a ton of fucking children's books on talking to whales or anything like that. And even if it is, I don't know even by myself if I could read that out loud and not make fun of myself. I think it's, you know what I mean? That's the part where I do feel like maybe I don't have any feelings. um we have also pounding off here, John saying fundamental. Hell yeah. Fundamental, dude. Please check your text. Oh, sorry, pal. I always have my phone off because I'm trying to be a responsible guy. I'm a good boy. Uh we got who's got two thumbs and undiagnosed. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. I love it. Dude, that you are on the right track. That is wonderful. I love it. Already art decked you. Thanks you. Thank you so much, buddy. Art decked is a verb. It's pretty solid. Hell yeah. Art decked. That's honestly he can't really he can't really help but be wonderful, this John Montag. I don't know. Again, like I said, I don't know if I've said this enough, but John Montag, as a comedian, as a friend, and as a coworker, wonderful dude. This has been nothing but a pleasure, professionally and personally, to work with John Montag. So if you have the opportunity, you absolutely should. Same with Ron. Premium Ron Barindro, both of those guys, super talented and super like professionally kind, good dudes. So highly suggest, highly recommend, 5 stars. Karen, okay, sorry, we got Karen pounding off. She says, Ron, are you referring to the font that makes it easier for dyslexics to read? Art dict. Karen, yes and no. I liked playing with designs that show others a lateral perspective. Typographic type man, oh man, I know that this is to Karen, but I want to read this. Typography that demonstrates dyslexia is visually interesting, normalizes normal things, and encourages others. Right back at you, buddy. John's pounding off in the comments as well. If you want to pound off, you can. If you want to join in, you can. Instagram Live. That's we're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. So if you want to pound off, you absolutely can. I love talking to you guys, and whether you're ass proed or you're art dicked, I love you all. So I appreciate you guys pounding off, even with each other. You know what I mean? And honestly, those are some great words, Ron. That would be that whole paragraph, or that whole conversation here, is all everything Ron Barindro has pounded off so far would need to be heavily autocorrected for me. But I know those words, so go figure. Also, I just wanted to remind everybody that tonight we're doing a nighttime thing. I'm going to be streaming with Full Belly Laughs. Brian Durkin himself is invited me to stream along with him on his Twitch channel. I believe that would be twitch.tv/Full Belly Laughs, all one word. That is where you can find us tonight. We're going to be we're going to be streaming some games. We're going to be playing games. I can't remember it's like party games essentially. And get this. So I was excited already. I love doing the show with Brian anytime. Full Belly Laughs is such a fucking fun show to do. He usually feeds you some delicious food, and then we just play games and just bullshit. Like it's a lot of fun. He interviews, someone, yeah, sure, whatever. The guys, it's just such a natural, breezy show. I think Brian's a great host. I think he always puts out a great show, and he was kind enough to have me on, which is already exciting. Then I found out the other two people that are on the show tonight. I don't know what any of you guys are doing. If you're working right now, if you're driving, just take a minute, relax, and get ready for this. Because tonight, Brian Durkin on Full Belly Laughs is going to have myself, Megan Getz, and Lemaire Lee all playing games live on Discord tonight. If you're not excited, or not on Twitch, sorry, I apologize. On Twitch. We'll be on Discord. Behind the scenes. That's fucking exciting. So if you are at all interested in that, make sure that you follow Brian Durkin, or sorry, not Full Belly Laughs on Twitch, twitch.tv/Full Belly Laughs for tonight's stream. It's going to be a lot of fun. Even I don't even know what games we're playing. It doesn't matter. At that point, I knew I've done the show with Brian a couple times already, so I already know it's a lot of fun. But over we're gonna be streaming and stuff like that. It could be fun. We get to interact, pound off. If a couple of you guys come join in, I know it's a little late, but he's on the East Coast, and I think that's the earliest he was able to do it, or not East Coast, West Coast. Sorry, the other one. So he's having some three. I'm fucking so excited for this. Ian Strong's here. What's going on, Ian? Just talking about a live stream I'm doing tonight on a friend of mine's Twitch channel. We're going to be playing games Full Belly Laughs live tonight with Megan Getz and Lemaire Lee. I'm fucking excited about that. That's going to be a lot of fun. So check that out. That's going to be, I don't know, 9 p.m. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I can't remember. I feel like he sent it in the message that it was some games. We're going to be playing party games. Hold on. I want to find out here. Jackbox party games. That's what it is. So whatever the fuck that is, I'm excited because I'll play games any day of the week, but I'll definitely play games with Megan Getz and fucking Lemaire Lee. Those two don't play games. I mean, when it comes to playing games, it's a lot of fun. And also, if that's something, if you're into the paranormal, see, that's another thing. I like cephalopods. I like cephalopods. I like ghosts and stuff like that. I like whales. But check out the Real Chills podcast as well as Ian Strong's Strong Words with Ian Strong. Both of those podcasts are great. But Real Chills is one where they have guests on and they talk about their experience with ghosts or paranormal, cryptids, whatever, all the spooky and whatnot. And that is a ton of fun. I have all but asked. I think I have asked. I think I've offered to be on the podcast a couple of times, and we've definitely talked about like anytime I do a show in Philly or something like that, and I would see her. I would always, we'd end up. I'd bring it up and just be like, "Oh yeah, I saw you do that." She's like, "Yeah, we gotta have you." And I think it's just the thing of like, there's no follow through. It's definitely on me, but I would love to be on that podcast. But Megan Getz does a great paranormal podcast, as well as Lemaire does Alt Black, as well. That's everything else in fucking Philly. That guy, those two, hey, they rule. But Brian's a lot of fun. I met him originally in Philly, but he ended up moving out to LA, and it's gonna be good to catch up with him in general too. So Lemaire I just saw, so he's actually just the current pre-pro PWI champion, interim champion. Youngblood is going to be challenging for that next. Not this week. We got a guest this week coming up, but the one after that, it's gonna be a lot of fun. So check that out. I'm also very excited to announce the fact that USA Hockey beat Canada. It was the World Juniors tournament championship before this. They got gold. USA beat can't I want that. I'm not okay, so I like USA hockey in the sense that I just like the fact that there's a US hockey team. They have such a great rich tradition, as well as some really phenomenal players. Not the best, but you know, what do you want? And I love the fact that how crazy overly satisfied Canada is at being the best at the sport that they invented. You know what I mean? Like they love being the best at the sport and they love gloating about it. They love like I don't understand that. You know what I mean? So, and it's kind of a shoe-in a lot of times. You would think that I think it's even more of a I think of it as more of a not even an upset. They beat them 2-0. Like it was they just beat them straight up. US beat Canada in the sport that they invented. Then Canada or sorry, the US during their team photo brings out a trash can with a picture of Team Canada's logo taped on it to have in their picture for their team photo after they won the gold medal. What a way I don't know how America could have looked worse after this past year with all of the worse in the sense that like all of the things that were being brought to light in a major way. Let's just say I didn't think it would be fucking crazy. I'm excited for the athletes' accomplishments and what the athletes after the accomplishment said when people were pissed off because they had a fucking trash can in their picture with a picture of Team Canada was they were using barrels as symbolism for they had their team their opponent on a barrel each time and they had to overcome the barrels. I don't know if I understand that. I feel like it was uh I don't think it was like necessarily them saying fuck you to you, but I definitely feel like I don't know where that energy comes from. But it's still funny that I'm just excited just at the mere fact that Canada lost. And this is obviously we'll probably go into more detail on it on Hockey Talk Man, but I'm a fan that there was even a bet in the Tampa Bay Lightning locker room or whatever that Pat Maroon, two-time Stanley Cup winner, and Alex Killorn, one-time Stanley Cup winner, had a bet that whoever loses has to wear the other team's jersey for however long, for like a couple days or whatever, I don't know, or a day. So that's cool. Have you ever met the guys in juniors hockey? Not the smartest, amazing athletes, but not really intellectuals. They are our people. Hell yeah, USA. Yeah, it's like what's that show that everybody's fucking losing their shit over? Letterkenny. Isn't that just basically about hockey players, or is it lacrosse? There's something about that. Aren't they Canadian? But like there is like there's a definite and even if it was a trash can, like I don't know, man. Like I can see it either way. I really can. I can see it as a motivator, saying like all those guys are trash, or you know they always have like a brick, or we destroyed these people, so now we can do this, or you know what I mean? Like it doesn't seem Letterkenny is the best. Yeah, so it is that right? They're all hockey players and shit. I like that. So they're not again, like you said, they're not intellectuals. They're not the most I don't know great athletes, but they're not like I don't want to like because they're like young kids usually. You know what I mean? Like they're in their teens or early 20s for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Like so that's really what it is. It's not. I can't even say like they're just less experienced. Maybe how about that? That would be a way. But you think that in this case, if it was truly that, like let's say if this is this we see this as a trash can, and we see this team as trash, you would think that at least the coach would be like, oh no, don't bring it out there. Like, you know what I mean? Like you would think that they would somewhere in the coaching staff, somebody would have said that. So that's why I truly don't believe that it was meant to be a trash can and they were trying to disrespect anybody openly like that. but I do think that I can see where somebody would say like, but yeah, but we use those as trash cans here. You know what I mean? Like that you're like, no, these are like big barrels. We took the trash cans out, or we took the trash bags out. Like, this is not a trash can. We meant this at, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's like Donkey Kong and like we had to barrel over our opponent. I don't, I don't know. Just a Canadian, just about Canadian Hicks, but they are oh yeah, if they're Canadian, yeah, they're hockey players. Um but John's pounding off some more. He says a lot of them technically don't finish high school. Yeah. Well, guess what? They're my people. you know, I'm half Canadian. Can you sell hockey to me as a guy who appreciates it but doesn't really love it or watch it? Yeah, I probably could. Hockey is, to me, is the purest form of unadulterated sport. So like it's not it's an elegant it's like it's because it takes something like even something like figure skating or something as precise as balancing on razor blades like that, ice skating, and then you add like a ton of like hand-eye coordination to it. So you have nothing but speed, hand-eye coordination, and then balance mixed with endurance training, as well as just overall like complete. But it's the only other sport that, aside from, in my opinion, aside from like martial arts or fighting, where you have to have like your entire body from head to toe. They do the weirdest workouts to me. Like they isolate them. So in my, and not to mention, just like fighting, the reason that hockey and fighting are at the same level to me, probably even much like pro wrestling, but in the sense that it is in the truest form the most international of sports. You know what I mean? Like, it's the most, it means that a guy from or a guy or girl from like Russia can fight a guy or girl from like like Hawaii or something like that. Or not even just Hawaii, I guess like uh Portugal. You can have a South American against a European, and you can find out who truly is the best person. Like, if they're, so if this country, and then that's the only other part, is because there's different teams from different countries. But it almost makes me feel like that's why I like Olympic competition as well. It's like the only time, the thing about the Olympics is it does give it a global feel. It says this country says these people are the best at this, and they're going to take their best people at this, and they're going to bring them to this place, this what is it, or whatever country, like a undisclosed, I don't want to say undisclosed, what is it, randomized, I don't know, a different country. And say like, okay, so everybody that plays fucking basketball here, everybody that plays, that is really good at wrestling here, everybody that's really fast here, who's the fastest here, who's the best, whatever, you know what I mean? That's the shit that I like. So hockey is, as far as the athletes that are playing the sport, is such a mix like that, that it has that global feel. So you have people from all over the world on every team. Yes, it's mainly Canadian, but it's just more of the global aspect of it. So I think, to me, it's something that is truly international, and it's also the most sportsman, I feel like, of all the, like, it's almost an exact mirror to soccer. So if you're somebody like me that goes like, yeah, soccer is okay, but there's so many faults with it, and that it's not even worth it. It's like, I don't actively hate soccer, but it's one of those things of like, why would you waste your time? There's better versions of what they're doing, you know. But that, again, soccer's more accessible. So I understand its appeal. I get that. We got some pounding off in the comments. John John says, quote, no, we only used trash can. We only used a trash can because we couldn't find a toilet. Absolutely. Casey's waving to me. How's it going, Casey? Hey, thanks for pounding off as usual. John's also saying, Ian, one of the best things to do if you don't have a team alliance is pick a team and really follow them game to game. It also it's also really cool to look up the history of each team. Yeah, that's another thing. I like the fact that like the the history of each thing. To me, football has always it's X's and O's. It's been a thing that if you watch there's been a lot of like time lapse things or at least like breakdowns of like the actual amount of playing time in a football game compared to like other sports, and it's usually not even close. So I feel like I think there's definitely the appeal in the fact that like the action of it, the sportsmanship of it, but as well as the the realness of it. In football, when two guys start to fight, they do everything that they can to break it up, and who knows if they're actually intending to fight or what are they really intending to fight over. It's about something like uh it's about you fouled me and got away with it, so I'm pissed off at you, or I made a play, so I'm gonna talk shit to you and put my balls in your face or something. Whereas in hockey, it's like, hey, you fucking tried to hit our best player. I'm gonna fucking kick your ass if you keep doing that, bud. You know what I mean? Like it's shit like that that I don't know. I appreciate that. I appreciate the standing up for your teammates. The fact that they let them fight and say, okay, well, get it out of your system. Let's get it over with. And there doesn't usually it doesn't escalate too much. And they've taken a lot of the fighting out, but it's still there. He'll say Ian says he occasionally watches playoff hockey, and I'll appreciate the athleticism and the skill, but I just can't get into it. It's really, honestly, the best way I could sell it to you is to go to a game live. If you've been to a game live and you didn't fall in love with it, I honestly feel like maybe you're just not a hockey fan, because I don't think I think it's undeniable. And that's almost at any level. I've been to AHL games that kind of stink, ECHL games that weren't the best, but I've also been to AHL games that are awesome. Hershey Bears puts on a great fucking product. If you go to a fucking Hershey Bears game, it's almost like being at a like a legit straight up NHL game. That's because they're the seventh oldest the seventh oldest professional hockey franchise in professional hockey. There's the original six: Detroit, New York, Boston, Montreal, Toronto, and did I miss one? Yeah, there's only five. Detroit, Boston, New York, Montreal, Toronto. Why do I always forget that one? Chicago? Did I say Chicago? No, I didn't say Chicago. Detroit. I nailed it. Yeah, we can go to a game. Hershey Bears game would be a great introductory game. The Flyers puts on a great game, home game. I've seen the Bolts play against the Flyers. Madison Square Garden, obviously iconic. That was a great place to go see a game. Um, the Devils. Actually, one of the best experiences I had was going to the Devils game. I love seeing the Devils play. That was my first hockey franchise. It's hard to get into it. It's hard to get into it like without, I don't know. It's about the experience. But if you go to a game, it's about like all the sounds that you don't necessarily hear. The best seat is usually the bottom level where you can see both of the benches, and you're on the boxes, the side of the penalty boxes, about halfway up the row, halfway in the middle, like right in the dead center, halfway up. That's pretty much the best place to sit. So that's your best chance to experience it, as far as like, I mean, really, you can kind of sit anywhere. There's really never a bad seat at a hockey game, but it's all about like, if you want to have like the best first experience, in my opinion, I feel like that's what it is. But we got John's pounding off as well. Peepers field field trip to the minor league hockey game. Hell yes, dude. As soon as they open back up, they were talking about having, so I don't know exactly how they're formatting it 100%, but apparently on the 13th, Yeah, that makes sense. It's Wednesday. So on the 13th, hockey comes back. So opening games, I believe Chicago or I think Tampa is playing. I think I sent it to Youngblood earlier. Oh, he's texting me. Hold on a second. Perfect. I can just do that. Let me bring this up. So yeah, hockey comes back. Professional NHL hockey opening night is on January 13th, and it's Chicago against Tampa Bay, the Flyers against the Penguins, and St. Louis against Colorado. So how they have it is they have like different what's it called? Different divisions or different, each one of them is, I think they have like central, northern, like it's like central, like each team, like they tried to bunch it. They reformatted each conference because of the COVID and whatnot, and they wanted to keep travel down as much as they could. And I think there's only 62 games this year, so so it's definitely it's a shortened season. If any season should technically have an asterisk, in my opinion, it should be this one, because this is going to be the one that has, you're in a brand new like you don't know how to play necessarily. These teams know that they play these other teams more, so they prepare more for those teams. So if you're playing against different teams, there's going to be a lot of people caught off guard, because I don't think we play Chicago a ton each year. Now we're going to be playing Chicago like probably like 13 times. Like I don't know, or like 7 times, I don't know, forever, whatever, who knows. But like we're in the same division as Chicago now, so we got to keep our wits about us. But I think they're planning on playing a lot of outdoor games, if and whenever possible. So as far as games happening, apparently they are, and apparently they're going to try to do some outdoor games, which I've always wanted to go to anyway. So I am absolutely short. That's a long answer. Short answer, yes. Long answer was just what just happened. Yes, John, we should do a road trip, field trip to one of these outdoor games, because it's going to be fucking. I don't know. I can't speak to that being Ian's first game. Like I don't know if that would work technically. I don't know why my voice keeps going up, but I would think that John, I think, and it doesn't even matter. Like those are the games where like we can just go see anybody play. Doesn't matter. You could go to pretty much any hockey game. Flyers again is fun. The fans are, everybody talks shit about fans and everything like that, and yeah, there probably are some bad ones, but I think it's just overall it's just people. I know a peeper with a bus. Hell yeah. Karen's pounding off hard. I think it's her. I think she's the one with the bus. But I think I think that would be a lot of fun to be able to go on a road trip. Yeah, we could go. Yeah, if we could do that safely and everybody was cool with it and we can get some seats together. I don't understand why. I don't see why we couldn't do this, okay? I'm gonna probably start dropping my Venmo just to see if maybe we can get like a nice Baby Mermaid production account going in. Just basically a hat to put out there. Some ideas have been floating around, and maybe we'll start a GoFundMe for the Peepers Fund. We'll start a swear jar every time I say every time I read a word incorrectly, or in honor of Tom. We'll call it the Thom hockey outdoor hockey fun. Fuck Thom. We're going to watch a hockey game fun. Every time I don't finish a sentence, we'll put $1 in. Damn it. I think that see that, Tom? Take a negative, turn it into a hockey game. Lemons into a hockey game, bitch. We got some more pounding off. She says, I might have a 12-seat passenger van. She may. She doesn't care who's listening. Everybody knows now. Karen's flexing on us. She's the one with the 12-passenger van. 12 people. You have 12 people, don't you? Like, god damn. You had to buy that. That's fucking crazy. Like, I was just thinking, like, who needs a 12-passenger van? Like, fucking Karen does. She's like got 10 people in her family, in her immediate family. That's awesome. Fuck yeah, Karen. Oh, man is not peeping. He's not pounding. He's a pooping. We got Casey pounding off though. She said she's down. All right, that's good. Hell yeah. I think the hat pass is a great idea. Yeah, I think that's the thing of like, hey, give what you want. You don't have to do anything you don't want, but you know, you can help us out here. Oh, a nice little Easter egg. Oh, I like this. Hell yeah, dude. I'm not gonna share that one. I know, I like that. I gotta get my see. That's why I have to put my phone over here because of my whatever undiagnosed learning disability or possible disorder that I have. If I keep that on my lap, I'm gonna sit here and get all the wonderful texts from John or the game requests. He fucking whoop my ass in checkers. Holy fuck! I had no idea. I've been keeping my eye on all this chess shit this whole time. I have not been paying attention to my checker game. It is not. Also, I just found out yesterday that Fleek is apparently not a thing anymore. Whoops. I never knew it was I you know, it's not like I haven't been using it, but I just attempted to use it the other day and all of a sudden I've been notified Fleek is no longer active. Fleek has been deactivated. Not cool anymore. Not a word. And then honestly, you want to sound like a real dickhead. You think you may go like, oh, that's new lingo. Oh, these kids, what are they talking about? Right? They sound like idiots. You sound like an idiot using it way out of usage or whatever the time limit, expiration date. 8 people. Yeah, and he's pooping. It's good to know. Ian's pounding off. I'll as well. Stop giving that dick the attention he wants. Ian, you're right. I'm sorry. Huh? Acting Pat's back. You pooping in your comments? Premium runs pounded off in the comments as well. I hope he's not pooping. But you know, it doesn't matter. Poop if you want. So already we got John's in. Karen's driving. Karen, you don't have to drive, but we will need to use your ride. Ian, you can come if you want. If you want to come to the outdoor hockey game, you're more than welcome. But I can't guarantee that you're going to get the same experience. I have no idea. We're already existing hockey fan. Karen, are you a hockey fan? Karen, do you just want to go? Do you just want to be our shop? Can we have our mom drop us off and then and then pick us up? You were supposed to keep his name out of your mouth. No, John's okay. If I'm saying nice things about John, I can say that. I can say stuff about him. Oh, Tom, I forgot. John's the one that always tells me to keep his name out of his mouth, but that's always when I'm talking about his drinking or his spelling or see again. Say his name enough times and he's going to appear. Not pooping, just celebrating all the poopers. Hell yeah, Ron. Premium Ron's pounding off about the poopers. He ain't pooping. He's just about the pooping. Yeah, I don't know. So I guess that's the thing is what I tried to do early on when I was doing Hockey Talk Man by myself was I would always say, state your name and your team. So I don't know if anybody. Wow, I just have to sit in the van. No, you don't have to sit in the van. I don't know if you're a hockey fan or not. You don't even want me to hang out with you in public. You're more than welcome to hang out with us, Karen, if you're a hockey fan. I don't want you to go to a hockey game if you're not a hockey fan. I'm assuming most likely, and this is a lot of assumptions being made, but I don't know. Hey, haven't drank since Saturday. We haven't drank some Saturday. Okay, so John has now admitted successfully that he drank way too much on Saturday. Oh, I drank too much. He drank way too much on Saturday, which made him way hungover, so he didn't drink on Sunday or Monday or Tuesday or ran out of booze. Which doesn't, I don't know if that one doesn't check out. But he's talking about milestones, and I'm very proud of you, John. So John is now Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. I also do this, by the way. When I have to count things, I do it out loud with my fingers. So I don't know if that's the thing, but Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and I guess we can count today, but it won't be technically until the end of the day. John's 3 days sober, guys. Congratulations, John. Thank you, John. Great job, buddy. Here's your chip. We got a chip right here for you. Give that to you. There we go. That's for you, John. Now, if you break your sobriety, I don't know what we're going to do. So now you're going to have to start chugging liquid death on hacks. Everybody, by the way, I figured out, I don't know if they're a sponsor or something like that, but I feel like I see Liquid Death pop up. They've popped up like everywhere in the past, like definitely during the pandemic, but they've popped up to where like people are just like, everybody has Liquid Death or is mentioning Liquid Death or something. It's just canned water. I don't understand that. January 24th will be 7 years for me. Great job, John. Hell yeah. You hear that, John? You can do it, buddy. We're proud of you. We're behind you. Now John's sober and we're here for you, bud. Karen's also pounding off. I have been to multiple hockey games. Thank you very much. Does this include your children's hockey games? But she also says you don't have to be a huge fan to enjoy live sporting event. You're absolutely right, Karen. How dare I? John's also pounding off in the comments. He says, going to my first open mic in months tomorrow. If I can get through a brewery open mic, I'll be a new man. Hell yeah, John. You can do it, buddy. I believe in you. I like sober John. I mean, not that I didn't like other John, and not that they're two different people, John. I want you to know that. You're the same person either way. It doesn't define you. And I'm not mocking you, Ian, whatsoever. I'm mocking John. Wow. Ian, isn't a wait, hold on. Isn't a competition. Yeah, it is a competition. Who's the most sober right now? Definitely not me. Sorry, guys. I let you down. Hey. No, I actually exciting news. I was expecting to go back to jujitsu today, but I decided that because a friend of mine, the same one whose lovely wife suggested I read a children's book to help my muscle brain, which is a great idea and I love it, but I don't know if I can do it without trying to turn it into content somehow. So maybe there'll be Pat's children's book corner coming up, because otherwise, for some reason, it'll make me feel less ridiculous if I'm doing it in front of people. So, but that same friend, whom I train jujitsu with pretty much every other day, actually every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, surprisingly enough. I also go Thursdays, but he doesn't usually go. We train together a lot of times, and they would feel a lot safer given all of the heightened spikes and the not necessarily the best let's say I want to say transmission, but I don't think that's right. Best output of the of the vaccine. He's a little wary, so we want to at least start back out, kind of like how they did when they opened up again the first time after the closure, and just stick to single partners. So we wanted to make sure that we would just be partnered up, only just us two, to help minimize the risk even more, because we both know that we're basically, usually at our home or at least masked up and protected. So I should be starting jujitsu next Monday. So next Monday, look for a different, possibly very sore Pat coming to you live from the Caddick. But I'm very excited about being able to get back onto that regimen, as well as just being able to choke people out again. I really do. I absolutely do miss it. That I feel like that. I feel like uh I feel like there's like a sentiment of like there's hesitation for sure, because obviously you're rolling around with people, you're doing you're kind of you're sweating on people, you're breathing on people, obviously, and it's the whole room. But there's a weird thing about like the minimized risk of somebody's, like, it's not like I'm doing that and then I'm going to like work my job at a nursing home. I'm not doing this and I'm going to a ton of other people and hugging them or licking their face, even though I could take them down and I could pin them and lick their face if I wanted to, but I'm not. It's an abuse of power. I would never want to do that. But there's an aspect
into your routine and getting back into like, because nobody knows anything ever anymore. Like I just I again, I don't follow news a ton. Everybody should know that by now. I kind of I try to, not that I try to steer away from it, but I just, it's I not octopus, squid, farts, or jujitsu. So I really I don't know, I don't know how I can deal with it, and I really don't understand. I talked about it a little bit on a friend of mine's podcast, on Human Interaction podcast with Andrew Hambone Hamilton. He I did an episode of his podcast, and I explained to him why I wasn't following Joe Rogan anymore, and like why it was like one of those things of like, it just got to a point where, and it's getting this way with a ton of people where they're bitching about their their politicians being hypocrites as if it's new or as if it fucking matters. Like it gets to it gets to the boiling point with me where I'm hearing what I would believe to be educate, not even just educated, thoughtful people, people that I don't try to identify as or with smart people. I try to I try to listen to people that, like, to governing bodies that are like experts in whatever. Let's just say, you know what I mean? Like, you want to go to, it's not the CDC, it's not the politician that's saying this is what you should be doing. They're conveying a message from the CDC that is giving that professional opinion because they want people to not spread the disease, because it's about controlling. They're the center for controlling those. So they would like people to listen to them. So if the politician is not necessarily the best at conveying that message, who fucking cares? It's still the same message. And when you lose focus to that extent, and I've tried even to avoid being kind of the kind of person that goes, oh, with this kind of audience, you have a responsibility to. But yeah, man, like, it's bad enough going into these things that it's not just about the things I like anymore. You know what I mean? Like, it's, everybody was like, I can't do the things I like. I like to go out and eat, and I like to do this. And even to the extent that I understand both arguments to the business side of it, where people are like, I'm going to lose my business, and I worked so hard for this, and I did all this other things. But also, it's not about your fucking business. It's about human lives, like, being valued over business. Yes, you gave up your entire life and this is your livelihood. That's terrible. But in a lot of times, in a capitalistic market, even, you are to pivot, to adapt a lot of times. And if you're not able to function, I don't know how to help that. I don't know what to do that, but I know that this issue isn't about functioning businesses. It's about life. It's about trying to keep, I would think, and that is given the whoever, what conspiracy theory anybody wants to think or anything. But we got pounding off here. I don't listen to podcasters that are already multimillionaires, but try to sell me a mattress and bidets every 4 minutes. A certain point is like, what are you doing, bud? Yeah, it's like I feel like, no, I understand that. Yeah, no, Ron agrees. Like, it's one of those things of like, you look, yeah, or stick to that. You're selling bidets, you're selling cash apps, you're doing this and that. I'm a person who never necessarily, I wasn't like a Joe Rogan loyalist, but I truly didn't understand why people disliked him, because every time I listened to him, it was always like he's saying like, "Hey, yeah, try to think of this, and I don't think there should just be one leader. We should do this." And it wasn't, but I wasn't cemented in those beliefs like a lot of people are, where it's like, "Oh, cool, we'll follow Joe Rogan." No, listen to different people. Try to take perspectives from multiple people. And he's even saying that. But then when I hear that perspective, he goes, it was specifically the way he he worded the post. It was some there was that video of that fucking dull ass monotone douchebag and saying, check out this guy. His name is Gavin Newsom. And he is this. And it's like, yeah, politicians are hypocrites. What does that mean to you? You knew this. We were saying this pre-pandemic. This was pre-pandemic. Uh, like that was the message always. Is that don't put all your faith in politicians. You don't necessarily have to do it. Yes, I cannot even begin to identify with a small business like a restaurant or a club or a bar or some of these places that have to close because of this, but it's not about you. It's about the world. It's about everybody. So, yes, cut to 2 months from now. Welcome to GDP presented by Bon Vive Seltzers. I am coming to you live from the Casper mattress, and boy, is my asshole clean. Thanks, bidets. Yeah, I would never. I honestly feel like if that's 2 months away, John, that means I have succeeded. But because I have somehow secured those sponsorships, still saying the things that I'm saying. Because I don't want it to be I don't want it there to be if I could just say thanks bidet, I would love to get sponsored by bidets. By the thing bidets. That would be fucking great. People in power want to remain in power. Politicians, religious leaders, podcasters, they sell fast when the money comes in. Yeah, see? Ron got me. Premium Ron knows me. But no, I would be a thing like I said, I would like to approach products and say, "Hey, if you just give me some of your free products." I don't know if it would be necessarily obviously you have to if monetization is a thing that you're interested in, obviously podcasters are one of those things, but I don't know if those all are the same necessarily, but there's a weird thing that podcasters and just comedians in general, like his opinion on everything isn't like that's what I'm saying was never it never seemed to be. I don't think it necessarily seemed to be meatheadish. Yes, sometimes when he's joking around with his pals he sounds like a dummy, but so do I. So it's definitely an identification somewhat with Joe Rogan, but it's not like a but when he has that thing where he's like this guy and he's sharing this video saying like, yeah man, what the fuck, why do we have to wear a mask anyway? I'm like I can't. It has been. I don't want to have the argument of like, yeah, but masks don't really help. Like I am done having those conversations. I'm over those talks. I'm over the yeah, but like, but I want to go to the restaurant. Like, how come I can't go get a haircut? Shit like that is like it, that mean that is not that it has that same thought. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't have that same exact idea. Like it's not the exact same scenario, but it has the same sound. It sounds the same when you're like, but what about the thing I work for my whole life? Like, yeah, this is so you can continue to live and everybody else can also continue to live. It's not about just you. And a lot of people, one of the better ways that somebody explained, and people are saying that you are not able to function as a business and it's unconstitutional and it's I think this is an unprecedented time, and I think that this is a worldwide pandemic, and I think that nothing has changed since we got the initial lockdown. Nothing has changed except for the fact that we realized that it's still really bad. After that, we just started counting deaths. Like that's it. The only thing that changed was we stopped giving updates on things until we got the vaccine and saying like, oh, I guess it can live on surfaces, but it's still you should probably, make sure you're careful and we don't know how long it lives in surfaces and maybe it can do this and you should definitely wear a mask and try to stay away from large group. Like none of those things have changed. So when people are still asking different questions of why we're it's been so long, we've been saying the same thing the whole time. And then when they go, but he had a dinner party. Yes, he broke the rules. Politicians oftentimes don't follow the rules, much like a cop has to speed to stop you from speeding. Yeah, they're fucking dummies. Like it's hypocritical. Yeah. Yeah. Now you're on point. Did everyone in America just become an adult all at once? All of us just realized all at once, oh yeah, politicians are liars sometimes. But the words that they are saying, the rules they're trying to enforce are from the CDC that are the ones that are trying to control a disease. They're the center for that. So, you know, listen a little bit. Listen a little bit that, take into account those things, but I'm not saying shill your life believe all in one thing or another. Just try to think for you try to actually think for yourself, and not just like go like, well, this person's he's doing a thing. So, but what is the right thing to do? It doesn't matter what they're doing. What is the right thing to do? Think to yourself, what is actually the right thing to do? Is it, well, two wrongs definitely make a right, so I'm going to do that thing. John's also pounding off. He says, we will look back that day, and I'm going to start. wait, wait. We will look back that day to this day, day one, the start of the do nothing militia. Yeah, I like that. Do nothing. The government can make laws that restrict your rights if they have a compelling reason, like saving lives during a pandemic. Right. Sometimes it's bad. And that's the thing is, like, you have to understand that that is literally yours, and yeah, a lot of people's perspective, but then there's a lot of people that have my perspective that are like, hey, this has been pretty cool. I got $1,200 in my account today. Dom and I got our stimulus checks. I bought a shirt about shitting yourself. You know what I mean? Maybe that's minimalizing a lot of people's lives, but I do that understanding that I'm rewarding myself for doing the part of staying in my house to talk to you guys. I like talking to people. It's fun. I like when people join in on Instagram Live and I can talk to them, and they can joke and I can joke. This is what it's about. We've established that. So if me doing my part is buying shit shirts from my attic, then yeah, I'm happy to help. Do you know what I mean? But if you're losing your business, I'm very sorry. That's terrible, but it's not about me. It's not about you. It's about everyone, every single person. So, we can help. We'll all help. We all help. Right, Ron? We got original Ron here. Also a producer, not necessarily here at the show, but he's a producer on his own show, DNR Podcast, as well as other things coming soon. I mean, not soon. A while. But it's not necessarily just about, it's never about the individual. It's not anything, you know what I mean? Fundraising for Baby Mermaid Productions. Or, wait, hold on. Baby Mermaid. Oh, I don't know. I think oh, dyslexia. Strikes Ron too. Oh, does Premium Ron have dyslexia? Oh, Ron, it's saying that you joined after we've already been talking. That's very interesting. Ron Kane, not Premium Ron Barindro. Fundraising for us. I will donate $1 per month to any Patreon Baby Mermaid Productions has set up if I can be the leader of the new Dark Money Super PAC. leader, leader in name only. I don't want to have to do things. Okay. I don't know what most of those words mean, but Baby Mermaid Productions or Baby Production Mermaids, not shaming or making fun of you, but that was it's hard. Isn't it funny that when one person with dyslexia and another person possibly who has dyslexia try to read something, and it's just communication out the window. But I understand. I got what you're saying. Yes, if I have a Patreon, Ron will absolutely be the leader. Everybody that donates $1 will be the leader of the what is it again? Dark Money Super PAC. So I don't know what that means. Is that like a video game thing, or super PACs are those things that government people use to continue to fuck people, right? I think that's what that is. That it? Is that what they use to bribe people? Who knows? But I just feel like there's the messaging hasn't changed. It's always been a uh it's been tried to stay away from large groups. Don't be indoors with people. Try not to spit in each other's mouths. Like try not to. You know, it's that has never changed. It's never changed. The ways people are trying to control it has changed because we don't have that leadership. We don't have the leadership, at least to say, I'll be the bad guy. I'm making this rule for everybody. And even that you can't necessarily do that because states are run by themselves. They're governed by themselves. But at least if you had just, I don't know, you're never gonna get it. You're never gonna get full support from everybody. You're never going to get that. So it's just about doing what's right, even though it's not popular. And unfortunately that sucks a lot of times. And that means things like when Trump was saying I want to ban travel from China early on, and he got criticized for it, you kind of got to look back and you go like, well, kind of international travel in general probably would have been a smart idea to cut out pretty early to try to help stem this. But we didn't know, and nobody was on the same page, and that's the problem, is nobody's on the same page because we don't have the same pages. Nobody's looking at the same pages, and sometimes some of us, if I'm correct in assuming this, much like Premium Ron here, maybe we're not able to read what's on the page and comprehend it. It's deep. I went deep right there. It's not funneling. It's not funneling anonymous money for. Oh wait, it's for funneling anonymous money and lobbying politicians. I would be happy to funnel money and to what is the other thing you said? And lobby politicians, whatever. Do all that shit for like good ones. But no, there's no completely perfect person, and that's what everybody looks for some reason in religious leadership, in politicians, in and so many different other ways that once I just feel like that's you're wasting your time if you're saying like, but this guy lied. Why should we listen to him? Why should I have to pay taxes because this guy said? I don't know, man. You're probably right. Who knows? But also we should all understand by now that like we could just be a lot safer if we just try to minimize this thing and just don't. Yeah, but I go to my nana's every year for Christmas, and like I mean, like, am I just not supposed to go to my nana's this year? Yeah, exactly. It's the same way it's the same way I view people double parking. It's this thing of like, yeah, but I just want to park right here. But I just want to go right here. Or when somebody cuts you off in traffic or any of that other shit of like this, they don't it's they're not thinking about anyone else, and they're directly putting your safety at risk. So that's the problem, is unfortunately people don't view it like that. They think of it, oh no, I'm gonna just run in real quick. And it's like, or you could just fucking take a couple minutes longer. Everybody's safe if you find a parking spot. If you just find a, oh, but I can't, it's really hard. I didn't plan. All you're saying is I didn't plan. I don't function properly. That's all you're saying. And that's okay. But don't make that my problem. And that's unfortunately that's what happens a lot of times. So uh I don't know. I can't remember exactly where I was going with that, but either way, wear your fucking mask. Oh yeah, because I was talking about the Joe Rogan thing and not listening to people like that. Uh, but it's just overall, it's just trying to do people's parts, I guess, and just trying to uh understand that if you are able to form somewhat of your own opinion and realize, like, I got really mad. This is the best way I can finish the thought, is essentially saying like, when they first made the mask mandate, I I was one of the people that wasn't like, I wasn't getting a sign ready to protest, or I didn't think that it was tyranny. I didn't think that my rights were being infringed. I was just like, you can't fucking make me wear a mask. And then just after some very close introspection, I just did some real quick research, and I realized, yeah, they fucking can. If the government says, like, okay, look, we let you know, we warned you that you should probably wear masks and try to limit travel and try to do this and blah 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 blah. And then eventually it came down to where nobody was doing that, or most people weren't doing that. So then they go, okay, so then now we'll have to make it a law. But when they said to be able to go grocery shopping, you were going to have to wear a mask, I got furious. Again, every emotion filtered through anger first. But after the fact, I go, oh, they absolutely can. And really, who fucking cares? Like, it doesn't matter. I put on a mask and I go, it's not that bad. Who cares? And again, every conversation that we've had since then, they're still being repeated. Oh, my doctor says I have a condition, so I don't have to. Yeah, okay, but everybody else in the world has a condition also. It's called the coronavirus. That's a possibility for anybody to have it. We still don't know everything or anything about it, really. So why don't we just all just take the one precaution that's a possible help and just do that one thing so we can all live a little bit more normal. But then since then, everything's been fucking in turmoil, and we're still having the same conversations of like, I don't have to because of my particular health. I don't care. It's no different than making wear pants in a grocery store. Exactly, Ian. That's what I said a million times. If you think that somebody, like, if you think that you're, I don't understand this. Okay. We established this so long ago, right? With gay cakes. Gay cakes was so simple. People go into a business and they say, I want you to make my gay cake. Can you make me a gay cake from a gay wedding and my gay husband? We're going to eat this gay cake right before we have gay sex after our gay fucking wedding. And the company goes, no. And then people go, well, you can't do that. And they go, yeah, we can. It's our business. We can tell you we don't want it's discrimination. It's terrible. But if they, for some reason, they have the right to to refuse service, yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Pants, shoes to come into the store, any of those other things. The same people that are fucking screaming of tyranny, saying, "How dare you make me wear a mask? I can't ever do that." And then all of a sudden, they're the same. They're people that years ago were saying that business has a right to not make them cake. So how the fuck can you be standing in the middle of a fucking grocery store screaming at somebody about how you don't have to follow the rules when you were saying before that they can make up whatever rules they want? It's their fucking business. Explain to me how that makes sense. I don't understand that. So so John's also pounding off. He says, "Yeah, as soon as the mask mandate is lifted, I'm pulling my wiener out in Wegmans." Yeah, because it's your right, John. GP on is greater. Oh, wait, GP on gay cakes. Genuine pat on gay cakes. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, Casey. Pounding off hard in the comments. I like that. Premium rounds pounding off. He said, we need to ride up. We need to rise up against, I know what you're saying, rise up against the evil car czars that aspire to keep us trapped in our cars with seatbelts. Exactly. Right. How dare these oppressive motherfuckers try to tell me how to keep my chest and waist safe during a car trip or secured? That's how I check in if an avocado is right. Wait, hold on. What? Oh, with you pulling your wiener out? Yeah, I do the same thing. How am I supposed to tongue kiss strangers? Exactly. Wrong. Yeah. We have original round pounding off. We got premium round pounding off. We got our Rons. We got our Johns. We got our Ians and our Karens. Everybody's pounding off. And that's the thing is if you have a business now, if you say you can't shop here if you're gay, okay, Chick-fil-A is another point. Chick-fil-A was a business that is taking the profits that they're making off of everybody that goes to that store or to that restaurant, establishment, deliciosity place, factory. and they're taking that money and they're funding places and organizations that are pray the gay away and or anti-gay legislation, yada yada yada. Okay, yeah, it's one of those things of like, okay, so now that you know that, you can take that knowledge and generally, I mean, really, and on the most general sense, not a literal sense, but how different is that from really? How different is that from saying if you can't shop here if you're gay? Really, how different is that? It's not that different. It's if you're saying thanks for this money, no more dicks and butts. One more, every chicken sandwich sold is one less dick in a butt, and we are into that. We don't want same-sex marriages. Enjoy your nuggets, ma'am. Do you know what I mean? If that's their message, and that hasn't changed. They never said like, oh no 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 no, we're cool with gays now. They're just like, oh shit, sorry, and they just kind of let it just, and people just keep going. I boycotted Chick-fil-A. I was voting with my dollar. Once I found that out, I was like, well, I don't want to give them any more money. And then I found out after like 3 or 4 years of that, that a coworker of mine at the time who was openly gay, and also he's like, I go there all the time. He's like, I don't give a shit. He's like, he's like, hate doesn't have a taste. I'm like, oh, okay. And I've been going back ever since. I'm like, if a gay guy's cool with it, I'm not gonna miss out on fucking delicious chicken sandwiches. I don't understand it. John's pounding off some more. He says, I'm starting the opposite where my gay the prey away. Oh, I like that one, dude. Dude, we should start I think gay the prey away camp is basically every rest stop along the route. Again, I'm very, very interested in glory holes, but I'm terrified to explore live. So if we know anybody, Ron, I know you got to know somebody that knows glory holes. We got premium Ron. No, sorry, original Ron. Original Ron. I know you know something about glory holes. You have to know. You know somebody like Slippery Pete, or you know some kind of creep that you can put me into contact with. We will keep his anonymity. Is that right? Did I use that right? It'll be fine. Don't worry. I just want to know. But I think that's pray. I think that's gay the pray away camp. I think that's what rest stops are. God's chicken hates anal. Absolutely, Casey. I agree. I think that's what they're trying to say. Is that they just like they have a lot of. I believe the funniest way I heard it put was actually I was listening to a podcast, Tell Him Steve Dave podcast, and Brian Q made a joke about how it's all just straight white meat. And it's like, fuck yeah, that's kind of like that's Chick-fil-A. It's all straight white meat. Homophobia is salty. Yeah, it is very salty. I like it though. I like that's the place where I get the Chick-fil-A hate sauce, and I just put it on that sandwich. I dip the sandwich, I dip nuggets, I dip everything in that sauce. And spoiler alert, I don't know if anybody knew this. This is a huge thing. You go to Chick-fil-A, not only are they bigoted, which is bad enough, but they don't give you enough sauce. That's tragedy right there. They're already hateful but they're also stingy. Come on. I say extra. I tried every fucking method of getting more and more sauce because I can't get enough of that goddamn sauce. Chick-fil-A sauce, I love it. So if you get Chick-fil-A sauce, you say extra. They go, okay, so 4, you wanted 4 sauces? No. Then I said, can you give me a fistful? I said a fistful of sauce. I literally said, can you reach into the sauce container and grab a fistful of sauce? And that would be my Western, by the way, John. That's another Photoshop idea. I don't know if you can take note. Sorry, Aspro, John. Fistful of sauce. We do we do we do a sauce fistful of sauce. That's a wonderful thing. Hate sauce is delicious. I love it, Casey. I love it. But you get the fistful of sauce. Then then every time I would get it, and then it'd be like 4. And I'm like, whose small ass fucking hand is fisting this sauce? So then I got to go to the next thing. I said, can I please have 11 sauces? I went with an odd number so they'd remember. I don't know why. I just thought that would work. 11 sauces. Can I have, please, 11 sauces? still maybe I'd get 5 sauces. And it's like, what the fuck do I have to do? And I have said that too. One of the last couple, like a few times I actually been there in person, I said, what do I have to say to get just like more like a horrendous amount of sauce? What words do I have to say? Tell me, help me. Okay? Help me get sauce, please. Because I don't know, what to do. But in this pandemic, another magical miracle that has happened during the pandemic, and again, it's only my perspective, but I found out that Chick-fil-A has begun to sell their sauce in squirt bottles. You can buy a bottle of fucking sauce. Any one of their sauces. It's $2.99. And you get a fuck ton of sauce right there. I bought one. I've door dashed it a couple times, and I bought 2 different bottles. And when you put in, you're able to actually put in finally when you DoorDash the exact number of sauces you want. There is a limit to that you can order for free, but if you ordered it with each thing, you get that number. So patty sauce pants. I don't know how else to put it. Patty sauce a lot. Mamma mia. I am flush with Chick-fil-A sauce right now. I am flush with money. Chick-fil-A sauce. Cats. You know what I mean? What else could a guy ask for? 2020 is looking up, baby. I'm looking forward to I'm getting hockey in January. I'm getting more UFC fights. Conor McGregor's fighting Dustin Poirier on Fight Island. What are you talking about? What's going on here? I'm excited. Get some more pounding off here. I just want to get to it before I forget. I don't want to get too far back. Casey, that is a great name for a fast food restaurant. God's chicken hates anal. Yeah, absolutely. Ron's pounding off hard for that one. That's awesome. I cannot confirm or deny. Okay. Well, that means he can confirm. So Casey also says hate sauce. Yeah, she loves that. We all love hate sauce, but only the way it tastes. We don't share hate sauce. We only eat it so that we can consume it, and then it will no longer be out there in the world. Eat all the sauce you can. Whoa! Did they just direct me to the bathroom? Wait, what is that? Whoa! Did they direct to the? I don't get that. Sorry, I apologize. Ron was pounding off. I didn't understand it. Maybe it was something. It was a comment. I apologize. John's also pounding off. He says, having to say my pleasure anytime someone says thank you is the gayest policy possible. Yeah, I would have to say that. Yeah. It's my pleasure. It does make you seem very subservient, kind of slavish, sex slavish, maybe. Who knows? John's right. Original Ron's pounding off. Damn it. I must have lost some fingers. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, buddy. I don't know. I might it could be my reading comprehension. It could be just my normal comprehension. Could be a slip of the pound, you know? Who knows? But Patty fist sauce is here for it. I speaking of sauce, we were talking about Arby's and we were talking about yeah, that was on Monday. We were talking about Arby's and how it was garbage and everybody was complaining about how they hated Arby's and everything. And it made me think, like, we were talking about the different fast food things, and the problem was unfortunately, again, like I said, I was not able to, for some reason, Charles's his audio wasn't coming through, so we had some kind of weird technical issue, but I haven't been able to test it today because somebody's joined in the IG live or anything like that, but I should be fixed hopefully. So hopefully this episode should be up and everything. But we were talking about on Monday's episode like some people's kind of go to fast food things and how everybody was judging Arby's and everything like that. So Dom was explaining to me what we were trying to explain. She was trying to, because she gets her Arby's beef and cheddar, and she puts Arby's sauce on it, which I thought was gross. She felt judged. I don't care. It is. It's just weird. It's not weird, but it's only because of the Arby's sauce. I don't know what Arby's sauce is. I said it's like a tangy, ketchupy kind of. You know, it's the red one. Horsey sauce has like some kind of backbone to it. It's like It's horseradish, which is an actual thing. It's kind of like ginger. It's like a root thing. Like horseradish is an actual real life like element. But what the fuck is Arby's sauce? It's almost like a manwich sauce without the meat, kind of, right? It's like that, not the texture necessarily, not the consistency, I mean, but the taste is almost like that. It's like a sweet, tangy, fucking weird. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know what that. So I was trying to figure out because it's all mayonnaise based or whatever, but you know, mayonnaise based also would be a great name for that would be a great name for a autobiography for me. Mayo based, mayonnaise based, but also fistful of sauce. Hold on, I want to write this down. Full of sauce. So but the mayo based is so like the smoky, like the Chick-fil-A sauce is basically their smoky barbecuey kind of thing. It's like mayo mixed with barbecue sauce. Like that's the closest thing to like it's like what was it, what we were talking about, gravy was American curry kind of shit. Like it's like the same thing. It's like that's just an Americanized version of it. I don't know, but it's weird. I don't get it. I don't know what the sauce is. It's almost hold on, I'm gonna look it up. I have to look up Arby's sauce now because all the judgment that we were receiving. Arby's sauce recipe. Ooh, okay. So an Arby's sauce recipe. Arby's sauce. So stir ketchup, water, corn syrup, molasses, Worcestershire sauce, hot sauce, steak sauce, garlic powder. So it's just other sauces? Garlic powder, onion powder, salt, black pepper, and nutmeg. What the fuck? See, that's what I'm saying. All those things mixed together doesn't sound like a delicious roast beef, like a accoutrement. You know? Ugh. Bring it together in a saucepan over medium heat until smooth. Ugh. Bring to a boil and immediately remove from the heat and cool completely. That's how you make Arby's sauce. Free recipe just on the internet. So what about horsey sauce? Definitely spelled that wrong. No, I didn't. Actually, I didn't. Look at that. Horsey sauce is in a small bowl combined mayonnaise. Boom. Told you it was mayonnaise based. uh, mayonnaise, sugar, creamed horseradish, and salt. That to me, way better. So this one you just stir until well combined. For best flavor, allow to rest covered in a container in the refrigerator for at least an hour. Much like ranch dressing. Much like ranch dressing. So now that I have the fucking... So it's just horseradish sauce mixed with mayo. It's spreadable horseradish. John's also pounding off here. He says, this episode of Sauce Talk is brought to you by Casper. I'm not going to give them free... it's not... Stop giving it... You said bidets earlier. Just say from Mattress Company. John, you know I'm going to read it. I'm like Ron Burgundy here, man. God damn it. Sorry. Brought to you by Mattress. Eat all of your sauces in bed with promo code SAUCY20 for 20% off. That's a free ad. Casey's also pounding off. You can find a copycat recipes online for all the restaurants. If you want, the blooming onion recipe with sauce is out there. Ooh. I think Dom's tried to make a bloomin' onion before, but I don't know. I like the bloomin' onion sauce. The bloomin' onion sauce, if anybody knows, again, I think we're all in agreement that Burger King's not high up on the list as far as fast food, but Burger King, their onion ring sauce is that sauce. So it's the same thing as that. So yeah, I mean, I know that the Chick-fil-A sauce recipe is online, but I also know that Chick-fil-A has a bunch of packets of it. And if I'm there, why don't you just work and get me some of the packets? You know what I mean? That way, I consider those serving sizes. Ron's pounding off also. He says 67.7% of Americans' blood is actually mayonnaise. A lot of people don't know that. I had an adventure. I made my own sauce, and it was quickly stolen from me by the Heinz organization. I'm not saying that they were listening to the show or that they're fans of the show, but they definitely are a little bit fucking thirsty, in my opinion, because they love the idea that I came up with, which was sriracha, which is sriracha and ranch mixed together. And I even said that anybody that's a fan of that sauce, they're considered srirachalas, and they will rule the earth one day. Not long after that, I'm in the grocery store and I happen to see, what do I see on there? Something titled Sriracha or Ranch and Sriracha Mix. They don't even get like they didn't even do the sriracha. It's sriracha. Sriracha. I love sauces, man. I grab I grab a fistful of packets everywhere I go. It's like a power move. Yeah, it's like one of those things. Like also napkins. Anywhere I go, if I can get free or extra napkins, I always do that. Anytime I'm leaving sheets, I'm like bam, 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 boom, in the bag. Whatever I don't use stays in the glove box. That's for in case I need to blow my nose in an emergency scenario. If I'm not planning, whoever plans on blowing their nose, come on, get with it. Ian's also pounding off. He says, if you like, if you like that on Arby's roast beef, you're a psychopath, according to Charles. I would have to agree. I mean, not that. I don't think you're a psychopath. I think he was saying that if you like Arby's beef and cheddar in general, you're a psychopath. But it's just a love of sauces. It's just they're just transferring the sauce from your hand into your mouth. You know what I mean? And yeah, you could just squirt just a bunch of sauce in your mouth, but who wants that? Not everybody wants that. You need something good. So we got some chicken tendies from Costco. I've got a big ass bag of those, and I've been just tearing through that. I'm probably gonna actually hit that up in about 20 minutes. That's probably gonna be lunch again. It's French fries, chicken tendies, and Chick-fil-A sauce up to wazoo. Fistful of sauce. I love when I love when they give you 700 napkins at the drive-thru. Yeah, it's so great. I always try to do that too. Like anytime, like it's one of those things of not only like because it's not only better that way, but there's been way too many times that I've gotten fast food or something like that. Because again, if you're on the road doing comedy, or if you're driving to a gig, or if you're whatever it may be, traveling to open mics, if you're going anywhere, like eating in the car as a comic is kind of like you're gonna have to do it, even if you're bringing your own shit. You know what I mean? Like if that's only if you want to try to eat healthy. Nobody wants to do that. So it's way better to get 700 napkins as opposed to plenty of times where I've gotten shit and there's been no napkins. Like that's crazy, especially if it's a fucking cheeseburger, for fuck's sake. Like, Jesus Christ, you know I'm gonna wear half of this. Come on, I'm not an adult. Can we normalize calling it a drive side? My kid all asks to hit the drive side. Yeah, why not? Because it's the side of the car, right? Let's normalize that. Casey, I absolutely, I not only do I approve, but I support that decision. We're going to normalize calling the drive it a drive side. It's a drive side. I also wait, hold on. Premium rounds pounded off. Hell yeah! I haven't bought napkins in a decade. Right? There's no need. They have them for free there. And honestly, coming from experience, somebody who comes from drive-through, royalty experience, uh, most of like half of the napkins that are in the actual package will probably end up on the floor just from you trying to grab other ones that get stuck to the other. You know what I mean? Like they try to pack so many in there. So if you happen to grab a fistful of napkins and a fistful of sauce, toss it in the bag. Make somebody's day. Nobody's gonna ever complain about too many napkins or too many sauce. This is Ian's also pounding off over here. She says, my girl said that the 4 for 4 por favor is stupid. We decided to start seeing other people. That's a smart move, Ian. Because 4 for 4 por favor is not only nice, it is exactly a missed opportunity on Wendy's side. Not just in my opinion, that's just the truth. Okay. I guess we better get into word of the day. I mean, obviously, just to also keep anybody up to date, officially the feud is back on with the mailman. That anybody that missed Monday's show, as well as the feud continues with all juggalos and juggalettes in general. But the wonderful Photoshop that is featured on this for this post was made by, again, Aspro Art Dick himself, John Montag, who was the one who came up with the wonderful juggaletter carrier that you saw for the post for this. But in the meantime, if I can bring this up, here we are. We will get into, with the time that we have left, into word of the day. Of the day, word of the day, word of. If there was lyrics, that's what they would be. No, I don't want that open. Word of the day today. For again, since the episode wasn't up, the word of the day from Monday was, and this is how I wrote it, because I usually try to not give myself like any kind of cheat here, but I want to make sure that I remember, because I want to comprehend. I want to read and I want to comprehend these words, not just, and whether I use them or not, that's another thing. But the fact that I can comprehend them. So the way I was able to comprehend the pronunciation of this word, because it was spelled from Monday, anybody missed it, was Quis. And the way I remembered how to to say it was a definition that I gave it. That's going to make you jump, because it's quisquas. Quisquas will make you jump. Daddy Mac will make you jump. Yeah. So quisquas is actually is something that is difficult to deal with, which is, like we established again. Karen's husband is apparently quisquas, as well as old patty cakes over here. Kind of quisquas. I can get pretty quas with you if you piss me off. I'll get quas. I'll get quis and I'll get quas. You better watch out. Look out. So not something I'm probably going to use a ton, because again, like Fliver, it just kind of makes you sound like you have a speech impediment, and I don't need any more impediments. So we do have a word of the day for today, and if I remember correctly, I think, no, this is not it. No, that's Bjork. So I don't know if this is. I'm going to try to use my knowledge of the name Bjork. Spoiler alert! Here it comes. Bijou. 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 Bjork. Bo. Stinkiness. This is how you spell Bo. I thought it was Bo, like B-O, like body odor, but apparently it's Bijou. B. Let's find out. That's Bijou. Bu. All right, here it is.
Bijou.
Bijou. No, not bijou. Bijou. Bijou.
Bijou.
It's French. Bijou. Is it like a bijou? Oh, like a. Is that the dog? Hold on. Bijou Phillips is a great actress. Oh, yeah. Isn't that her name, actually? Bijou? Bijou Phillips? Oh, hold on. Let me find out. It's an adjective. It's French. We don't know what time. It's especially of a residence or business establishment. It's small and elegant. So bijou is small and elegant. Bijou. So my penis is bijou. Right? Small and elegant. Classy. Pat's got a bijou wiener. For example, all right, so here we go. Examples of bijou in a sentence. It is for their first. Oh shit! Here we go. For their first date, Harold reserved seats at a bijou restaurant. Dun, dun. Also, Kyle. What's going on with Kyle here? Oh, that was Harold. Sorry. Kyle was a little intimidated by how bijou his new friend's house was. Who's gonna say that? That's what I'm saying. He was a little intimidated by how bijou it was. You know what I mean? I mean, it was a little bijou. You're gonna say every other, like, I can understand if you're French, you're gonna say other French words with it, but I doubt you're gonna. Well, Harold, he's got this real bijou place out there. Harold he's doing all right. He's hanging in there with Maud. And they got a bijou place. They got a bijou car. You know what I mean? They got a bijou life. It's real nice out there. Elegant. It's like au jus for the roast beef. Oh, yeah, dude. We're back on sauce talk. We're about roast beef sauce. I got bijou after at my left. Wait, hold on. Wait. I got a bijou after my last live gig. Hey, Ian Strong pounding off in the comments. I thought that was that too. Yeah. Casey absolutely thought that. Well, I don't know. I don't know if she thought John's thing or maybe Ian's thing. Who knows? There might be a timing issue and pounding off in the comments. But again, bijou, small, elegant, refined, tiny, wiener. I don't know why I always just go to dick jokes, but obviously Ian Strong's pounding off. He was saying dick jokes too. Bijou. These are some weird fucking quisquas and bijou and ding dang and wang wang. Come on, man. Give me some American words, man. Come on, man. I don't know. Bijou. I think it's fun to say. You sound French seems like the language that you kind of have again, you kind of sound like you have a speech impediment when you do it correctly, but if you have confidence in doing it, you can sound cooler. Bijou, small, elegant, quisquas will make you jump. Everything's small and elegant. Everything is quisquas. Everything. I don't know. I'm losing a lot of steam here. I don't know why I always end with the word, like the educational part at the end. Maybe it's just it's like a discipline to kind of try to keep me, try to keep the brain power moving the whole time, right? Trying to keep this train, the steam engine going. Started right on time. Started everybody's pounding off right off the bat. I like to see that. It's a job that I can do in my sweatpants. I like that. I'm hoping that this is this becomes a great success. Again, like I said, trying this new thing on Facebook as opposed to just Instagram and or YouTube. Again, this will be available on YouTube later on. The full episode is going to be up on the playlist, GDP Live playlist, Gross Domesticated Podcast there. You can also find Falls Count Anywhere, Proper Urbonics. You have the playlist for What About with Andy and Pat, where we talk about some albums that we loved from our childhood growing up and stuff like that. And also how the albums that we suggest to each other remind us of albums from our past as well. So back and forth, we each pick an album and then we listen to it that week and then discuss it Sunday nights on Andy's Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Andy Malafarina. You can check out there, do it earlier and see who can wait, hold on. We got Heather Jeans pounding off in the Facebook comments also. Do it earlier and see who can try to squeeze it into the conversation first. Yeah, we can try that. Oh, yeah. Actually, you're right. See, she honestly, Heather, why aren't you an Ask Pro of this show as well? Maybe you're just getting introduced to it now on Facebook, but John Montag pounding off on the comments all the time is the official Ask Pro and Art Dick of GDP Live. And I do appreciate anybody's input and everybody's participation every day. So if you like anything that you've been seeing here, make sure you check out Baby Mermaid Productions on YouTube. Also on Instagram, you can pound off live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. And then that way we can all pound off together. You can join in live through, just ask to join through Instagram Live. Your audio only will be featured on the video, and as well as, because I do delete the Instagram video at the end of every episode. That way, there's some exclusivity. If you want to pound off, you want to be a part of it, you got to join in live. Otherwise, you can pound off on Facebook as well. And make sure to check out the live stream that I do tonight on my buddy's stream on twitch.tv/fullbellylaughs. We're going to be doing some games live. We're going to be live streaming games with me, Lemaire Lee, Megan Getz, and as well as your host, Brian Durkin. So check out Full Belly Laughs tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because he's on the West Coast. So I don't know if anybody's watching on the West Coast, but make sure that you check that out too. Heather's also pounding off. She says, I was teaching kindergartners this morning, but I love watching the episode on YouTube. I really do appreciate it, Heather. Thank you so much for watching, hanging out. She also was checking out the New Year's Eve show that was on the YouTube channel for a little bit, but we had so many copyright claims. I had to take it off because it just wasn't the same show. So if you want to catch the Church of Satire New Year's Eve show, check that out on the Facebook page, Church of Satire Facebook page. Check out, make sure you like and you tell your friends all about the Gross Domesticated podcast page on Facebook, because we will be live streaming here the rest of the week, maybe even going on further. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye. See ya. Bye-bye.
Gross.